So the big question is, everybody, will there be a fourth round of stimulus payments? And will the Social Security benefits be increased by $200 a month? Everybody, in this video, I'll be clearing up all the confusion. So just be sure to stay until the end of this video to find out the latest news surrounding a fourth stimulus check and your Social Security benefits. And if you believe that there should be a fourth stimulus check, then let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Now so far, everybody, the IRS has sent out roughly 161 million payments, totaling more than $379 billion. However, even after the 3 rounds of stimulus checks, millions of Americans are struggling financially. According to a recent survey, 2/3 of Americans say the latest $400 check will not even last them 3 months. And that is why it is extremely important that lawmakers begin working on passing another round of stimulus payments right now. Thankfully, many lawmakers in Congress already support a fourth stimulus check for Americans. The United States economy was really rocked by the crisis, and while 3 stimulus checks have certainly helped the economy recover, many economists worry that some of the hardest hit cities may still feel the pain of last year for the next decade. Soon after passing the American Rescue Plan, 21 Senate Democrats pressured Joe Biden to include not just a fourth stimulus check, but a set of recurring monthly payments as part of his Build Back Better agenda. And that includes the American Rescue Plan, the American Jobs Plan, and the American Families Plan. A recent poll found that 65% of Americans support the idea of a $2,000 monthly direct payment until the crisis is over, and 41% of people strongly support the idea. The proposal has also widespread support among economic experts. What are your thoughts on this, everybody? Should there be a fourth stimulus check? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. A recent poll found that 65% of Americans support the idea of $2,000 monthly direct payments until the crisis is over. 41% strongly support the idea, and 25% somewhat support it. Now, before the American Rescue Plan was officially signed to law, Democrats and Republicans negotiated back and forth for weeks. Lawmakers need to continue to push for another round of stimulus checks for the majority of Americans. Everybody, there are other ways to receive direct payments. Many Americans can still expect future payments that were included in the American Rescue Plan, in addition to a one-time $400 payment to those who qualify. 2 other payments were approved. Expanded child tax credit is the other payment. Qualifying families will receive $3,600 for each child under the age of 6, and $3,000 for children aged 6 and older. Half of the credit may be paid in period payments beginning in July, and then you'll receive the rest when you file your 2021 tax return next year. The IRS is still sending out third stimulus checks to eligible Americans. The IRS has been sending out stimulus checks on a weekly basis, but I hope you guys finally receive your stimulus money this week. And first of all, everybody, the IRS has begun sending out plus-up payments to eligible Americans. So if the IRS calculated the amount of your third stimulus check using older tax information that it had on file for you, then it is possible that you will be receiving a plus-up payment. So yes, everybody, you guys might be getting more money. Now I want to know what you think in the comments, everybody. Do you support a fourth stimulus check of $1,000 a month? Feel free to let me know down in the comments. Just this month, more than 2.5 million people who had already received their third stimulus check got plus-up stimulus money. The IRS will continue to send out plus-up payments based on your most recent information. If your 2020 tax return shows you qualify for a larger payment, the IRS says it will recalculate your amount and automatically send you a plus-up payment for the difference that it owes you. Folks, just know this. Plus-up third stimulus payments will continue to be sent out on a weekly basis. If your past stimulus payments arrive by direct deposit, well, that is how you should expect to receive your plus-up money too. If the IRS does not have your details on file, you may get a paper check instead. Now folks, if part of your stimulus check doesn't arrive within a few weeks, you'll need to claim missing money via a 2021 tax return in April 2022. Now I know that a lot of you are wondering when lawmakers will finally pass a fourth stimulus check. Right now, everybody, we know this. The Biden administration is focusing on passing a new infrastructure plan. Early this week, the Washington Post reported on some details on the American Families Plan. And it's the third of the Biden administration's massive spending bills. So folks, here's what's going to be included in the American Families Plan. It will include $225 billion for child care funding, $225 billion for paid family and medical leave, and an additional $200 billion for universal pre-kindergarten. Hundreds of billions of dollars will also go towards education funding, including Joe Biden's free community college campaign promise. I personally believe that there must be more money allocated toward helping out our seniors. So if a new stimulus payment is announced, it is likely that Americans that are receiving SI, SSDI, and Social Security will receive a check almost automatically. We also know that House Speaker Pelosi has expressed hope that Congress could pass Joe Biden's plan before the August recess. Pelosi stated, "I would hope that our part in the House will be largely done before the 4th of July. Also, everybody, if you're unemployed, you may receive a monthly check worth up to $300 in addition to your state unemployment benefits. These payments will end on September 6th. Congress could add to these payments by passing a federal minimum wage increase, making the improved child tax credit permanent, or renewing the federal unemployment benefits beyond September."
President Biden's plan will help restore that once innate American optimism that has really been shaken for the last 4 years. Now the Congress must act. And as Majority Leader, I intend for the Senate to take up legislation to make President Biden's vision a reality. Truthfully, a lot of what President Biden proposed last night should be bipartisan. Just because a Democratic president proposed a jobs and infrastructure plan doesn't mean jobs and infrastructure are Democratic issues. Just because a Democratic president proposed a comprehensive plan to address one way or another, have joined Democrats on legislation in those subject areas for years. President Biden spoke at length about the need to outcompete China. That's something our two-party bipartisan compromise, strong legislation coming out of bipartisan compromise is never out of reach. Senator Murphy continues to discuss bipartisan safety measures with Senator Cornyn and others. Senators Booker and Durbin continue to discuss bipartisan policing reform with Senators Scott, Karen Bass, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, and many others. Just this morning, I met with George Floyd's brother, Eric Garner's mother, and Mr. Ben Crump, the lawyer for the family of George Floyd, and I told them we're committed to getting meaningful, strong reform done. Hopefully in a bipartisan way, if we can. Here on the Senate floor, we are proving that our two parties can work together on legislation, including some of the issues that President Biden mentioned. Today's vote offers a great example. This afternoon, the Senate is going to vote on a bipartisan water infrastructure bill. We've agreed with the Republican minority to consider several amendments first, including 3 Republican amendments. I promised my caucus, the country, that we would try to do things in a more open way where amendments would be debated on the floor. We did that last week on the anti-Asian hate crimes legislation. We're doing it today on the water bill, and we hope to do it on the Comprehensive America Competes Act. The bottom line is very simple. We are moving forward wherever we can in a bipartisan way. I expect the Senate will pass the water infrastructure bill with a resounding. So let it be a signal to